Hey, welcome back. I'm Chuck Nice, and this is the Hot 10 on Centric. I told you we would be here with Naughty by Nature, and here they are. Did you think I was lying? Ladies and gentlemen, Naughty by Nature.
Hey, hey, hey.
That's right. I'm sitting here with KG, Tretch, and Vinny. Thanks for being here, guys.
Right,
I really appreciate it. Now, for you at home, if you start hearing some music in the background, it's all right, because that's nothing but Phife Dawg on stage doing his rehearsal for Word Revolution, which is what you guys are here for as well.
Exactly.
You're going to be on stage tonight. You're going to be performing.
Putting it down for the Grammy Foundation, man.
That's right. Doing a little hip-hop. This year's theme, as we told you at the top of the show, is the evolution of hip-hop and how music has actually birthed hip-hop. So now, you know, before we get into the promotion, which you guys are doing some new stuff, which I'm very excited about, but since we are talking about Word Revolution, tell me about your thoughts on how hip-hop has evolved and what are your influences musically for you personally?
Exactly. I think like hip-hop was definitely born out of the ghetto. You know, a lot of kids who didn't have the traditional instruments and kids who just listened to their parents, you know, record players and just using what instruments they had, those tools, and messing with the beats, looping beats, looping the breaks, right, Kay?
Yeah, it started with the turntable.
Started with the turntable. Of course you would say that.
Yeah.
And we would say that's
No,
right.
it did.
Before that, you know, we would
Right.
take break beats and we just find a nice spot in somebody else's record that didn't have no vocals and had a nice beat, and we just, you know, run that part, and then the MC would rhyme over it. We
Right.
started there, and then we evolved till tonight. We're rocking with bands.
Rocking with
live
bands,
musicians.
and it's a real deal. And now I'm saying you guys are hip-hop legends, and that's hands down. You are hip-hop legends.
Thank you.
That's right, which means that you are old. That's basically what that means.
Getting there.
We're getting there. But 20 years in this business, that is a very serious accomplishment.
Definitely.
How does that happen for young cats that are starting out right now? How do you stay alive for 20 years and prosper?
Well, it all goes with you just knowing that you have a common goal together. Like, we never could have predicted the success that we had that basically jumped off from the first single OPP 20 years ago. Like, you know, we knew we had a common goal. We knew we had talent in what we did. We were just retired from every talent show that we did around the way, and it was like time to branch out. And for us doing what we love to do, the years just jet by because you're touring all the time, you're doing different projects, production, clothing lines, movies. So it's like when you have that common goal and you stay doing those albums, stay doing 100 to 150 shows a year for 20 years, it's like the years go and you like, word, we still here.
You still
We
here.
are.
Now, speaking of that, 150 shows a year, albums, movies, are you tired?
Nah. See, when you're tired, that's when you're on medication and you gotta go. They put you in that rubber room.
Right.
Like we know what to do. We know the elements, yo. You gotta think positive on everything, man. You gotta eat good. You gotta sleep good. You know,
Tons of water.
Tons of water. You
Hydration.
party- hydration.
Very important.
Very important. You party so much, but you got to know when you have your detox days and your family days and stuff that keeps you within the loop. Like now the internet is so large and everything else, even though we aren't new artists, we want to see what's going on. So we think hip hop is like the fountain of youth, so you don't get tired.
You don't get tired. I like that. Hip hop is the fountain of youth.
Plus the fans keep you going now.
Right.
You know, you get out there and every day, it's almost like you meet a new fan every day.
Right.
And you learn something new from them, and they just keep you going.
So speaking of the internet, which is, of course, the platform now from which all things move,
Exactly.
what are you guys doing with social media and new media? How are you utilizing that?
Well, we keep it popping, man. We had a website since like 1996. We had
Before
a guy,
the internet was even invented.
Exactly. When the fastest modem was 14.4
Right.
kilobits per second,
Right.
baby.
Look
We
at
call
were
him
out there.
Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget.
That's right,
Yes.
AKA Digital Daniel.
Y'all don't even know, but Vinny was actually the first baud modem. When you got on the internet to go to their website, it was just him going. Like,
Exactly. But you know what? Someone just tweeted the other day. He won a mouse pad from us in 1996, yo.
Wow.
And he posted it up. It looks like it's been through war. He said, I still use it every day. So we had a website up since 1996.
And what is the website?
www.naughtybynature.com. Exactly.
Okay.
So we've been out there since day one, and we've seen the evolution of the internet. We've seen the evolution of all this social media stuff, and we've been there since day one. So with naughtybynature.com, you can follow us on Twitter
At what?
@naughtybynature.
At Naughty by Nature.
We have youtube.com/naughtybynature
Right.
and our facebook.com/NBN118, man. And we get it in. And that's what I love about the game right now. You know, we've been independent artists, and we get to use our brand, we get to use our international brand to reach out to everybody over the internet. So that's ill.
So that's the joint, man. That's what you got to do right now. See, and then this is part of your success is the fact that you're able to evolve along with not just the business but technology itself.
Exactly.
You know. Now, speaking of your evolution, first of all, y'all got a new album coming out 17th of May, and what is it?
Anthem Inc.
Anthem Inc.
20th year anniversary collector's edition.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're gonna have some throwbacks, but the majority new material.
So you got new material with a couple, little chestnuts in there for people to enjoy.
That's right.
You know,
That's
and
right.
apparently it's working because you should see the platinum pendant around Tretch's. Look at that.
God first.
There you go.
Keep you there.
And let me tell you something. When God is platinum, he can't get no better.
That's right. That's
All right, so you got Flags, which is the new video
Exactly.
off of the album. Now I watched the video, and I got to tell you, it's like a movie,
Exactly. We call it a mini musical short
a
film.
mini musical short film.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
With the full feature to come.
With the full feature.
Yes,
we're
it's
working
coming.
on now.
We're working on now.
Working on the
we're
feature
in the
as
early
well.
stages of the script now, but it's coming.
So
Yeah,
the science behind that was when we first, started putting together this new music, we started with our little viral clips. We got our boys, the Wonder Twins. They come on the road with us. They do our viral clips. Then we were like, technology allows us to do affordable music videos. We started doing, our music videos. We did I Got a Lotta. We did another video called Heavy in My Chevy.
Right.
And then we were like, well, since Tretch is an actor and we have this technology, we could do like mini musical short films. And we knew that it would be different because a lot of artists aren't doing it. And,
Right.
and just with him being in that movie game, we figured we could get that off and make people really think and say, wow, that's a hot project. So,
And it is. It's I like it. It's an anti-gang message that's encapsulated in the video. Tretch, I got to tell you, you were really good as a drug dealer. I mean, it's almost like you had some kind of experience with it.
We would never incriminate ourselves, ever. But yeah, one thing, Naughty by Nature always had it where we had street credibility and we had that cross the board pop credibility and just following. So we always wanted to intertwine that in music. Every time they hear Naughty, they think we just gonna come out with a party anthem or do this. It's like Anthem Inc., the title of the album, is like, we don't just have party anthems, we have social messages, anthems, we have gangster anthems, we have any type of thing across the board. But one thing with the gangbang situation, it's like, it's just spread it so fast across the world, not just LA. So when it touched the East Coast, it was like people don't understand where it came from, how, and what's the end resolve on it. So we have a thing, you make your own decisions. It's two ways out. You either dead or you locked up, or you can make a whole difference. So we have it in this life. We have a life version and a death version. The death version, you know how that goes. Right. The life version is like no shoot zones and truces and like, getting together and make a change. So we feel as though after 20 years, we got the power and respect. Right. So we want to put it into a positive way for our kids out there.
I think that's excellent, man. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you remember when Jim Brown was working with the gangs here in LA.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he caught some flack at first because they're like, what are you doing? And, I feel like that's kind of what you guys are doing because the fact is, it's already happening. So you might as well get, brothers to see that, hey, look, if you're going to do this, you don't have to be killing people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
the streets are going to be the streets,
gonna be the
but
streets.
it need to come back where there's rules on the streets.
Right.
And that was an important part of getting Ice-T involved. Tretch and Ice-T has had personal relationships for years, so no one's better than Ice-T to come and put it down in a video like that. And I remember just having a conversation with Ice that, it's the breakdown in the lineage of the black male in the community is the reason why these gangs are running around like that. I always say if we had more James Evans from Good Times in our hood, a lot of our young brothers would be in line, you know? Because I remember watching Good Times.
I got one thing to say to that, Vinny.
You didn't want to be in
Damn,
trouble.
damn.
Exactly.
But no, you're right.
So it's up to us, you know, like you said earlier, Jim Brown put it down and he's out there working with the gangs, and I'm sure he's approaching 70 years old right now. So it's up to us as the next generation. We work with guys like Ice-T and us, and we work with these young kids, man, and step up. That's what we got to do, just step up.
Now, speaking of young kids, you guys, East Orange, New Jersey, you grew up together, right? You were your friends, childhood friends?
Exactly.
So how does it go from childhood friends in the neighborhood coming together being Naughty by Nature? Because you know there's a lot of young kids right now that are in that exact same position, and they may not know, how does this go from it's just us messing around to, yo man, we got something?
See, a lot of the way I see, like a lot of the youth see it now, it's like me, I. I'm gonna do it by myself. I'm gonna be the next man. You know, when they don't know it, like it takes men, you know what I mean, to raise a village and a family. We all had different talents and we stand out in different auras of it, but when we put our heads together, we covering so much more land. You know what I mean? So we came together and like, yo, man, we feel as though we got something in. We gonna follow our dreams. Everything we do, we come to the table with and work as a team. A family that stays together get paid together. You got so many people fighting like, yo, I'm the star of the crew. I'm the star of the crew. I'm the star. Instead of being like, yo, we are the stars, yo. And we there, let's do it and use our power together. And once you do that, like I said, the years have passed and you have such a cult following that your fans won't let you go nowhere. They be like, where the hell are y'all? Let's go.
I think that's another thing too. You know, people see the three of us as Naughty by Nature, but we're part of a broader family. And in particular, our hometown of East Orange, New Jersey, it's like 4 square miles there. The East Orange, Newark area, you know, Newark is bigger, but just our family, our infrastructure, our people who went to high school with us, man, we're not only representing ourselves, we're representing everybody in East Orange. Now we're representing everybody in Newark, everybody in the whole state of New Jersey. So when we go home, we have more people to answer to than just ourselves.
Just the three of you.
Exactly.
And that's what it did. It started off, like you said, it starts off with you just messing around and doing that. Like you said, we just became the representation for East Orange and for everybody in our high school. Started off in high school, and they just got behind us, man, and we out here repping for them.
And it's beautiful. We got family out on the West Coast, from all over to even Inglewood. It's like we got a representation from across the country, so they looking like we need y'all back.
Right.
Because
See, I
y'all
like
gave
that.
us inspiration.
I like that because you know, it's very important what you just said, which is about representation, because it makes you feel as though there's something larger than yourself
Exactly.
in what you are doing.
Exactly.
I remember when I was a kid, my mother would say, when you go out there, you represent this whole family.
Exactly.
Okay, so you don't be out there acting no fool because you ain't gonna be able to come home because I will kill you. You know what I mean? Basically, that's what it came down
In
to.
a nutshell,
they
we're
picked
getting
us.
extorted.
They picked us and said, "This is all three. Here, y'all go out there.
Y'all go ahead and do
represent
it.
for us."
Right.
for us.
All right, speaking of representing, here's what I want you to do. I want you to keep it locked right here. I want y'all to sit tight. We're going to watch a video, and we'll come back and talk some more. Is that cool?
Cool. Yes, sir.
All right. That was Chris Brown and No BS, the video where he tells you that he going to do it all night. I am old. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to do it as long as I can, which will probably be about 6.5 minutes. Anyway. Deuces. Anyway, I'm sitting here with Naughty by Nature. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Chuck Nyes. This is KG, Tretch, and Vinny. We're talking about music because we're here at Word Revolution, presented by the Grammy Foundation. You guys are performing tonight. And
we have a Grammy.
And you have a Grammy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why you got to brag, Vinny? I'm the only one here without a Grammy. Why you got to make me feel bad?
That's all right. You're in the building. You're amongst Grammy-ness.
Grammy-ness.
You're not great, but you're amongst greatness. Just be cool with that. So anyway, let's talk about some musical influences, because that's what the Grammys are about. And this particular conference here is talking about the evolution of hip hop. Tell me about your musical influences and what you like in music.
Man, I grew up on soul, this old soul music, Sound of Philadelphia, man, from Marvin Gaye to
Teddy Pendergrass.
Teddy P, yes. Teddy P, the
Right.
whole Quincy Jones, everything, Jackson 5.
Of course.
All of that whole Motown sound, everything, man, growing up and taking these my parents are from the South, so we would drive down South every year in the 8-track and then just play those songs and play those songs. And
He
it just,
said 8-track.
yeah.
Okay, for you kids, that's like a cassette tape that's this big. And for you other kids, a cassette tape is something you play music on.
Right.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah, we used to take those long rides, man, and I just grew up on that sound, man.
Nice.
Me, it was crazy. My first really getting bit by music, just riding in the car with my moms and listening to like Sugar Hill Gang when records was like 20 minutes long. And they had like 1,000 bar verses and stuff.
Right.
And just doing it, I was like, yo, they not singing, but it's music, and they're like, we used to call it snapping back in the days, like they're snapping. They put that in I was done, and Beat Street and Wild Style came out and all of that, and then you got like LL and Eric B. and Rakim and Run DMC and Cold Crush, Crash Crew, Kool Mo D. It was like, it used to be the original mixtapes, cassettes.
That's right.
That you go buy off the streets because it wasn't the video outlets like that and it wasn't sold in stores, but you go to different spots and you get those mixtapes, come home and be like, hear battles.
Right.
So like we said, it used to be called snapping back in the days, but they put it to music. I'm like, yo, I gotta be a part of this.
Right on.
Exactly. And I, of course, grew up on my mother's music. She always loved Lou Rawls and Peebo Bryce.
You'll
and
never find.
That's right. And the stylistics, cats
Right.
like that. Then I remember going to Martin Stadium, seeing Curtis Blow. She took me to one of my first rap concerts.
Nice.
You know?
Curtis
so
Blow.
that kind of flavor. Exactly.
Real.
Yeah, when are y'all bringing that back? Somebody bring that back, please. Just
Oh, no. Watch the performance,
Oh,
man.
yeah?
They break down that Uptown Anthem bass line.
Nice.
Doom, 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 doom.
We've been doing a lot of throwback shows now and
Okay.
stuff with the likes of Curtis Blow, Salt and Pepper, Fat Boy, Slick Rick and
Rick,
Dougie Fresh,
Houdini. And these are the people we grew up on. So, you know, a lot of people wonder, they say, hey, Naughty, you have a great live stage show. And it's because we grew up in a golden era of hip hop where it was all about that live performance, all about who could do the best performance, like healthy competition. So we were afraid to be whack.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, speaking of hip hop performances, let's talk about the state of hip hop right now. I'm interested to see, from the perspective of three guys that have been in this music for 20 years,
Exactly.
what do you think about the state of hip hop right now?
I think it's okay. It's just that it's changing right now and it's evolving. And I think they just got to figure out, you know, the math of the digital game. I think a lot of labels got blindsided by that.
Right.
And, you know, in the change of the game. So I think once they figure that out and they work all of the, you know, the inner workings of everything with that out, I think it'll be fine.
Right on. Right on.
I think,
From
From a technical aspect.
Exactly. And I think as far as the new artists today, a lot of people like to crap on the new artists, but there's tons of great music out there, man. If you listen to Lil Wayne, he makes incredible songs. You listen to cats like Drake, incredible songs. B.O.B., you name it, Kanye. And Jay-Z has been around, but he has fresh music. There's tons of new music out there. There's always been whack MCs. There's always been whack songs out there. And now, especially because of the internet, you could go out there and find whatever kind of music you want. It's just not the commercial game dictating it to you anymore.
Right. So,
And-
so in a way, this is a good thing because
Exactly.
there's a lot more choice out there for people.
That's why, and especially for artists like us, I say advantage Naughty by nature, because right now the major labels, they're signing everyone to 360 deals, you know? So back in the day when we came up, they only had dibs on the record side. So we can go out and tour, do movies, create our own clothing lines, do everything. Labels had no dibs on that.
Right.
Because of technology and they're losing so much money, they're signing people to 360 deals. So if you open up a lemonade stand, they want dibs on that. You know what I mean? You're selling flowers, they want dibs on that. So
Anything you do
we-
it.
You know,
You don't own that logo.
that's right.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I say to a lot of artists, man, really study your business, really study protecting your name, trademarking your stuff. So when you do business with these labels, it's at a limited status, you know? We're blessed that we were able to, you know, start in the 90s, and after we finished, we haven't been signed to a major record label since 2000.
Right.
So, you know, we able to take our brand, use the technology, get all around the world. And,
You
and
own
use
your
our-
own thing, basically. At this
Exactly.
point, it's your thing and you own it.
Exactly, and we use our legacy to our advantage right now.
Fantastic, man. So listen, we have got to take a break, and I want to thank you guys for being here.
Yes,
'Cause
sir.
for me personally, this was a pleasure. Coming from the heart, this was a pleasure, and I really appreciate you guys sitting down and talk to us. Naughtybynature.com.
Yes, sir.
Facebook, Twitter. The album is coming out on
May
May
17th.
17th.
Yep.
And
Anthony.
the new video, Flags, is already out.
That's right.
Okay,
Yes.
and a feature film will soon follow.
That's
Exactly.
right.
And you guys will come back and talk to us again at some point.
No, we're not gonna know you. You know what I'm saying? We getting Hollywood on you, Chuck. We don't know you. What you talking about, man?
Hey, man, just like my mother.